Welcome, this is Basil Green, and you are live on the Bread Basket Show. Tonight, it is Straight Talk live with Basil Green. So remember, this was one of the things I used to do while I was on Facebook Live, but I've taken it off my face. In fact, I have deactivated my Facebook account. So we are here on the Bread Basket Show. Every week on a Thursday, you can catch me live doing my Straight Talk live with Basil Green. So I'd like to say to you, welcome and enjoy the session. And I hope you take as much learning as possible, because my mission is to provide education that will equip you with the right knowledge, skills, and attitudes to succeed in a competitive working environment and in life. So we are about to go into something very, very important. I have a special message for Possible T's. Now I'm going to explain to you who Possible T's is, and then afterwards, you will get the message. Now, Possible T's is a youth with potential to do great things. How did I come up with this character? When I was doing my strategy, coming together to think about, okay, which persona will I be speaking to amongst my target audience? If you read in the description, you would have read that I work with youth between the ages of 13 to 35, and I have segmented my target audience in three different segments. Number one is high school age, those who are between roughly 13 to 18 years old, and then there are those who are tertiary age, and that will be the group of between 18 and 22, and then there is the working age group, which is 18 to 35. Now I'm sure you notice that there is an overlap in a couple of these groups, and it's just a generic thing that I've put together to say that this is the areas you will find my target audience. So I believe there is a particular individual within those places that I need to be speaking to every time I am making my content, every time I am going out to reach out to my target audience. Yes, I do work with clients. Yes, my clients usually send me out to go and speak to my target audience, because they are the ones paying me to do this. And there are people within my target audience who are also my clients, especially those who can afford to purchase my products that I've put together. And my services that I've put together. However, the main thing today is this message that I have for Possible T's. Now, Possible T's is a youth with many possibilities. This youth has many possibilities that are ahead of this person, that these possibilities are good. Whatever direction that this youth takes, there are many possible directions that this youth can take. And we are hoping today that you who fall under the category of Possible T's will take the right direction. Remember, there are many possibilities to overcome your situation, and I believe you can reach greatness when you make the right decision. I just want to share a story about my life. I have shared it in my books, but I'm going to give you a short version of why I went into all of this here. When I came into high school, I got involved with a lot of things. I struggled honestly, with character flaws, I can say. I responded negatively a lot of times to when life's challenges came upon me. And I got introduced to alcohol like many youth out there. When you're a teenager, when you are transitioning into your teenage years, you get introduced to that stuff. I got introduced to alcohol. I started drinking, and I started high school when I was in grade 7. And when I came into high school, I was already starting to drink on the weekends. And also, it never take long for me to start smoking cigarettes. That was the next year when I was in grade 8. And then I also got introduced to marijuana. And these things were part of my life for many, many, many years. If you know my story, you would have read that I also started to take drugs when I was starting to get out of, well, marijuana is a drug. And then when I got out of high school, I started experimenting with drugs, and then I got hooked onto ecstasy. And then there was a lot of things that went on in my life. I couldn't make the right decisions. I couldn't keep a job. I was always going around in circles, sat at home for many, many long periods of time. I always celebrate this, that the job that I have in my business, well, I'm employed as a business owner. This is the longest job I've ever done in my life. So I finally given into the desire to just be a business owner. I started off in 2014 officially, even though I went for classes in 2013 or so, and it never worked out. But I opened up my business in 2014, and I have been doing that ever since, working part-time, working in my business. But this year I decided that I am gonna be working on my business full time now. I'm only going to be focusing on that, but that's another story for another time. But today I want to give possibilities a message. You know, there were so many things in my life that I missed out on as a result of the choices that I was making when I was facing so many challenges around my life. And I decided in 2010 that I am hurtful. That's the Afrikaans for I am fed up. I have had enough. Enough is enough. I have had enough of the life that I am living. I want change in my life. Now, when I started this journey in 2010, I did not know that I was going to be starting my own business. I did not know that I was going to be motivating youth. I did not know that I was going to be doing this, what I'm doing today on this podcast. I did not know that I was going to have published 4 books about the different things that I have learned in my life. I did not know all of these things, and I did not know that these things were inside of me. I had so much potential to do great things with my life, and I did not know. Yes, I played rugby. Yes, I did a couple of things in school, but I did not know that I could do all of these things that I was doing today. In fact, me as a person, I did not have the confidence to do what I was doing right now. So I did not have the knowledge to do what I was doing right now. But the mercy of God came upon my life, and I was directed to do what I am doing today. There have been many challenges. There have been roadblocks. I've made my own mistakes, and but you will get an understanding today that I have not given up. I have not thrown in the towel. Why? Because I am always looking at possibilities. Because possibilities is a younger version of me. I am looking for that person every single day. And I've said to myself that if there are people who have similar challenges that I have had, who got so much potential inside of them, who are making a mess of their lives, but they cannot see the direction that they are heading in, I am the person to go and speak to these people. Why? Because I have overcome many challenges in my life, and I have been able to do these things that I have done. So I'm still on the road. I am not talking as one who has reached my final destination. I am still on the journey, but I have accomplished certain things in my life that have allowed me to celebrate them as victories. You see, once the books start to go all over the world, I know that these books are going to change the lives of many young people. I know this. Why? Because the things that I have learned have transformed my life. Remember, we aren't only chasing excitements, we aren't only chasing good times, but we are chasing after the dream that is within our heart. And once the dream has been realized in our heart, we need to put it down on paper so that it becomes a plan. You understand that? But possibilities today. Now, you've seen the description I've given of my life. You've seen the things. I've given you a short, a very short description of what type of person I was whilst I was a teenager in high school. And then when I graduated out of high school, you see, I almost never graduated out of high school. Why? Because there was a certain thing that happened that almost got me expelled. Now, if you want to read more about the story, you can go to my books. They are available at the platforms or online. So one of them is Kobo Rakuten, where you can find my books, and you can be able to get some of the stuff that I have been through. But for today, you possibilities, you are the person that can be assisted in making the right decision. My heart is like that today. I go through a lot of challenges. Why? Because I have a passion for this person. Now it's no that person is a younger version of me. Whenever I think of my own life, I realize that I have to make a difference in young people's lives because of the mistakes I made when I was younger. I made a lot of mistakes. I don't think there is enough time for us to speak about the certain things that I have made in my life. Yes, I've made some good choices, and I do share some of the good choices that I've had, some of the good experiences that I've had. It's not all doom and gloom. I don't come here with a sad story only, but I also share some of the highlights in my life and the experiences in my life that I have had as a teenager, and also once I started getting into my young adult years. So you have somebody that has took many years to realize that he was going on the wrong path, but the Lord has been good to me. He has transformed my life, and I am still on a journey to succeeding at the level that I want to succeed at. So I want to reach 1 million people each year with the book, with the stuff that I have. And I want to make sure after 10 years, I would have reached at least 10 million people. It's a noble goal, but it can happen. It can happen. I want to be able to write down and say, my life has touched 10 million people over the last 10 years. And as I've said, I've experienced a lot of challenges. Why? Because of the work that I want to do. Everybody is not cut out for this. And some people don't understand why I'm doing it. Why does he bother doing something like this? This vision keeps me going. My vision actually is to see or to help people become responsible leaders that influence the success of their nation in positively. So one person's success has a ripple effect. It has an impact on the nation's success. Now, if there are 10 of us, communities becoming successful and promises are becoming successful, we are raising up responsible leaders in different places. Those people will go out there to add value to our nation. Now, hey, I can't go into too much detail. I just want to stress this here to you. You know, some of the things that I've been through, some of the things that I've experienced would cause many of you to say, I won't do something like that. Some people get even afraid of the stuff that I've had to endure. And I've said to myself, I've already endured so much as a result of me wanting to help possible T's. You get to play on the words now. Possible T's. Now, you must have been thinking, okay, this person in South Africa, if somebody's name is Trevor or their name starts with a T, we call them OTs. And today we are talking about possible T's. So, possible T's is just a breakup of the word possibilities. And this person has many possibilities in front of them. And basically, this person has to make the right decisions that will direct them into a future that is brighter than the present that they are facing right now. This is why I am coming today to share this message to you, possible T's, a youth with the potential to do great things. Why? Because there's greatness lying inside of you, and that greatness can bring you into a place where you can excel in such a way that you will shock the people out there. For me, I shared my stories, and if you look at the life that I lived, I wasn't a candidate to do what I have been doing for the past 6 or 7 years or so now. Since 2014, I wasn't a candidate, so it's going to be the 7th year this year. In a few weeks' time, I'm going to be celebrating 7 years of business. You know, my business and the vision that I've been doing. So I'm going to be celebrating those 7 years, and I'm going to say, look at how far the Lord has brought me. And there's still more that's going to come out. There are many lives that are going to be touched. Each and every day, I work on influencing people to become responsible leaders. Sometimes it gets done without me even talking on a podcast. Just because it's me doing it, it actually activates other people to actually come and become like competition. Some of them play dirty, but I'm in this game for the long haul, so I am not going to give up. Last week, I was on this rant to say that I am not going down without a fight. That should be your attitude today also, as you are facing the challenges that I will surmount over these challenges. So some of the people that see me and say, you are doing this stuff, I'm going to do it too. You know, they're going to find their own things. And at the end of the day, it ends up becoming a method of influence. So we have different ways we influence people. Some of the people, we don't even have to go and talk to them. Just because they seeing you doing it, they also gonna stand up. Why? Because no one wants to be left behind. Everybody got that spark of greatness inside of them. They want to do something that is significant here in the world. And I'm going to speak to that voice inside of you, so that voice may wake up and speak to you every single day. That voice must remind you possibilities. Yes, you possibilities. You are the one that has to rise up to this current occasion and become a leader in this nation. Now, you might not be in South Africa today. Wherever you are going to be a difference in your nation. We are about building nations. Yes, we start at one individual at a time. We do it like that. And if I can just transform one person, I always think, who would have thought that one day Nelson Mandela would have been president? All the people who have influenced his life did not comprehend that this young man that they were dealing with, that they were talking to in his youth, in his young adult life, and just before he got out of his youth years, that he was going to be one day the president of South Africa. So I cannot undermine you. I don't know how far God can take you. I don't know what is written on your destiny, but I sure do understand that there is greatness inside of you. You are full of potential, and you will be able to reach the place that you want to reach if you just decide today that you are going to that place. Nothing can stop you except you. This is how powerful you are. Nothing can stop you except you. And when the time comes for you to leave this world, you must leave having made your mark. So, my friend, possibilities, I have a word of encouragement for you today. You must get up out of that place that you are finding yourself in and start to make the right decisions so that you can show the greatness that is inside of you. And I think I'm going to end here today on Straight Talk with Basil Green. I like to be straight most of the time. Why? Because I believe it is important. You are needed, I am needed, and you are going to manifest who you are. Who you have been created. There's greatness inside of you. Remember that. I am going to be back on Sunday evening with the weekly review in the evening first. But before that, I also have His Kingdom, which has the spoken word. And part of that ministry's work is to go out and share the word of the Lord. And I'm going to be speaking the word of God on Sunday morning. If you would love to join me, I am going to be live here on the Bread Basket Show with the spoken word for this Sunday that is coming. You can meet with me at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, there was a young man who said he tuned in last week, sent me a WhatsApp message. That is powerful. You can also, and he said he's been blessed, So this is how we Christians speak. When you are blessed, it means that there is something good happening to you. So we are moving forward with what we want to do. I just want to encourage you. You see at the bottom of this description, I have a freebie for you with my 7-day personal branding course. It's a free course that I've put together. I used to send it out as an email. When I first started doing what I'm doing now, so I've changed it a little bit, but I started out with that personal branding course. I believe personal branding is important. We are developing our brand, whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously. And I believe that you will really, really, really benefit from this if you just download the ebook. You don't have to leave your email. It's not mandatory for you to leave your email. The purpose of me putting it up like that is so that many as possible people can get that. And if you do want to subscribe to my mailing list, you can just put in your details here on my website, and you will get notifications of all other things that I do. This is not the only thing that I do. I've got so many other things that I do. You'll get notifications about the events that I'm going to be having, or my special appearances, or freebies. I also give away free stuff like the free ebook course. So there's also other freebies that I want to give away to my target audience. So and my clients, whoever comes and subscribe to my mailing list. And also there's content that I develop. Some of it is free, some of it is paid for. I'm also going to be sending you that, and whatever news that I get, I'm just going to other special initiatives that are going on in my business. I'm going to send it to you. So you will be part of the exclusive group who will get all of these notifications. Things have been a little bit quiet now, but I believe they are still going to be starting to speed up again, so that we can start to make a difference in our nation. Tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing my newsletter to my mail list. And if you want to be part of that mailing list to get the weekly newsletter that I send out, you will be given that newsletter. So I share some things that I do not share to you here on my podcast or outside or anywhere else. This is something that I do exclusively for my mailing list. So possibilities, if you want to influence possibilities, I also work with you. So it's not only for possibilities, the youth that are between the ages of 13 and 35, but it's also for you who wants to have a positive influence on possibilities. And there can be any person who is a parent, a leader, a business leader, a high school teacher, principal, older brother, or somebody in university, whoever you are out there, people in government, whoever you are out there who wants to have a positive influence on my persona, who I call possibilities, you can come on board and work with me. Listen to the stuff that I have to share. Might be directing it to possibilities, but you can cross some stuff and you can learn how to interact with the special group. I've given them an award. I call them the best influencer group because they are those people. You can go onto my blog and you will get an understanding of the value of youth and how valuable our youth are. I did do a blog post a while back, about a month ago, and I will believe that even you as a youth, you should read it so that you can understand your value. This is Basil Green speaking, and I would like to say goodbye for this week until next week on the Breadbasket Show for this slot. So I'm going to be back on Sunday. I'm taking a break Friday and Saturday, and then I will be back Sunday morning with the spoken word, and then Sunday evening with our weekly review. I'll just share some insights as to what I believe was very important, what has been highlighted to me from the weekly review. And then on Monday, I also have the Monday intercession at 7 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, it's Wednesday night intercession, but not forgetting Basil Green on Fire on a Tuesday. This is something I don't do live on a Tuesday, but depending on popular demand, I just upload something of a word of encouragement for you on a Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I said we're going to be back. So hopefully you will be able to subscribe to this podcast and also join my mailing list so that you can get more stuff that is going to change and transform your life. Thank you for coming on board today. Okay, goodbye.